I think just scared of us, flexing but only for cameras. Nothing these could do to us. Who the can they compare to us? Nothing these could say to us. I let them stare if they stare.
Today we are going to be talking about blade exposure on your razor. I know some of y'all have multiple razors that have different lengths, like this, and like this. Right? Now a lot of y'all do it for different reasons. Some of y'all do it for straight clean shaves with the hot towel. Some of y'all do it for designs. Some of y'all do it for beard lineups so you can see the razor just a little bit better. The biggest problem, some barbers have like 3 or 4 razors. One with a non-exposure, one with a little bit of exposure, and then one with a super amount of exposed razor. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to just do it with this one razor. This is all you're gonna need at your station. That's gonna clear up 2 razors that are on. Wow. Anyways, so I'm gonna show you today how to do this with one razor. This is the only razor you'll need. This is my favorite type of razor. It's called a swing lock razor, okay? It swings and it locks. Simple like that, right? So this blade exposure is gonna be for anybody doing straight razor cleanups on hot towel shaves, and for anybody who's just starting out with the razor. I recommend you start with this blade exposure. This is minimal blade exposure. This is what I use when I am doing my hot towel shaves. And anybody that has a very coarse and thick beard, this gives me the most power and torque behind my blade movements when I'm lining up or shaving. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to set up your second blade exposure here. You're gonna move this thing up a notch. You're gonna move this thing up a notch to where this little indent is on the razor, and you're gonna put that at the end of the blade. Okay? Just like so. And then you're gonna close it up like so. You're gonna close it up like this. Push that little indent in so it doesn't bother people when you're razoring their mustaches. And you're gonna lock it like this. This is minimal blade exposure, okay? This is what I use for when I'm doing my razor detail lineups on the beards, anything like that, and a couple of my designs. Now this fourth blade exposure I'm gonna show you is called the super exposed razor. Okay, you're gonna set that up to where the ends meet on the blade, okay? The ends here, not the indentation. In this game of barbering, it's all about millimeters, and millimeters always makes a little bit of a difference. You know, close it like so. You see the big difference. If you also want another pair where you could gauge it, if yours says stainless blade on there, you could put the blade above where it's about to lock, and that's how you get it super exposed. This is what I use when I got like very intricate designs, or I really want to get detailed with the beard, but it makes the blade very flimsy, so I don't use it too often. This I usually use when I have shave gel, or I use the facial steamer. It makes it really easy to shave. I'm gonna go through one more blade exposure, and this is so like it doesn't take any time or any thinking to line up your blade on your swing lock razor, okay? You got your blade right here. First things first, you're gonna break this little piece off here. So once you got your blade broken, on the end it's gonna look like this. Okay? Now what you're gonna do for this exposure is you're gonna line up the end right here. Line up the end right there so it locks with a notch there. So that indentation right here is what you're gonna use as your guide, and that's gonna lock with a notch there. And, close it like so. Close it, And this is your minimal blade exposure with no thinking. Okay? Alright, so that is how you're gonna place those cartridge razors that always slip in and out with like different exposures on the lengths. This is how you're gonna keep one razor at your station. And this is how you're gonna be able to versify your razor to do a lot of different things. Minimal blade exposure is what I use for straight razor shaves with a hot towel, or anybody with a coarse beard where the blade needs to be stiff so that it could cut through the hair. Skinned blade exposure I use for a lot of designs, or a lot of beard work where I want to get really detailed and I can see the lines and make sure I can stop the blade where I need. The third exposure is what I use to see a lot of lines when I have very intricate detailed design work, or anybody that has a very intricate beard, especially when I'm using enhancements. I want to see that line stop right where the blade. This is how I'm trying to help you guys be more efficient, and I hope you liked it. Stay tuned for the next episode. Wait, we gotta come back. I know you guys are gonna ask me, what type of razor do I use? For me personally, I believe Astra Blades Platinum are the best ones to do razor work with. They just last the longest. They stay the sharpest. It's just easy, man. I don't have to switch out all the blades all the time with different sizes. When you're doing hot towel, I use one razor every time. It's pretty dope. I mean, you can check it out for yourself. You can take my word for it, but it's also my preference. What might work for me might not work for you. We out.